Hi, Kirsten. How are you today? How do you feel?
No. How you doing?
I'm fine. I feel I don't know, I feel great today. Just because I have to talk to you. I think it's the reason why. So I know we don't have much time now, but first of all, I want to say congratulations to you and your team for I Am Groot coming back on Disney Plus.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go with just a couple of questions if it's okay for you.
Yeah.
Um, so first of all, I think that this TV series has such a universal language that even who has never approached to the main saga or even the comics can enjoy it. And I suppose it was an intentional choice. So if I am right, would you like to talk about this specific creative process behind this purpose?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just naturally like inclined toward projects that have sort of a universal language and, maybe have little to no dialogue. I mean, that's sort of the case with a lot of my past work as well. It's always appealed to me that to make something that regardless of language, like everybody can kind of understand and enjoy and have fun with. So that was absolutely like a very appealing part of this process. I know some people um might be kind of intimidated by working with a character that has one line that just has I am Groot. For me, that was it was like just right up my alley and right in my wheelhouse. So I was super thrilled to work with such a fun character that's so beloved by all.
Yes, and I think also that even in season two, there is a kind of balance between humor and cuteness and emotion. So every time I ask myself, is it hard to convey some situations and emotions or feelings just with visuals and music uh, without the help of verbal interaction with other characters, for example?
Mm.
So yeah, go on, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's just always a lot of fun. I don't know, working in that space. Yeah, he's definitely a tree of few words, and it really all just does come down to the action, like you're saying, like the action and the music and kind of the interplay of all of that. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to speak to beyond just because it's so natural for me to work in that space. And it was a fun challenge. I mean, we had to keep that in mind when we came up with the ideas for the episodes as well. There can't be an episode that's really dependent on dialogue and understanding what that is because you're very limited by the dialogue. So in a way, it's kind of a nice limitation to work within because sometimes when you can do anything, it's a little too scary or intimidating, or you don't know where to start. So having that limitation of, okay, you kind of have no dialogue in a sense, or you very limited dialogue. It's a nice playground to kind of and sandbox to kind of work within. And for me, I find it helps me generate ideas when I'm like, okay, these are my limitations. So it was an extra fun challenge.
And comparing to season one, for example, was there any particular episode in which it was more challenging convey emotions through just visual or music?
There isn't anything really particular that comes to mind. Like I don't remember ever being like, oh darn, I wish he could just say this thing. Like I really never felt that way, surprisingly. I mean, we had challenges in other sense, like doing I I sort of naively, I think, put in a lot of weather and effects and like snow and like all that stuff is very challenging to do in CG. But luckily, we were able to be really creative with some of our solves, so that we could still achieve all of those things. And our animation vendors were incredible and did a beautiful job, like making everything look just outstanding and gorgeous. So yeah, I would say like there weren't too many challenges in that sense because I was very excited just to write weird scenarios for him, like he gets a note, and I was like, yeah.
And did you have any particular inspiration for some, I don't know, for some humoristic gags? I mean, for example, sometimes when I watch I Am Groot, I think about slapstick comedy. For example, it reminds me, I don't know why, but Mickey Mouse shorts sometimes. Yeah. And so I would like to know if you had such a kind of specific inspiration, or it is just your background.
Yeah, we were definitely inspired by like old Buster Keaton movies and kind of like the Looney Tunes style model.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, really, really fun shorts that do have this slapstick element. Because that's got to be a big part of the comedy if you don't have, you know, the dialogue. So we relied heavily on action in that way. But yeah, I'd say like Buster Keaton, I think, was a big one. And that was one that even Kevin Feige called out when we were first doing the shorts. He was like, let's like infuse the spirit of Buster Keaton into this. And then I went back and watched a bunch of it. And it's super smart and simple, and also action driven. And I really appreciated kind of like the simplicity and elegance of those gags. So we tried to do that with these shorts.
And I have for you a last question, because I think our time is running out. So what people can expect more from season 2 than season 1?
I kind of feel like we upped our game. I think like season 1, we got in the groove and we had, you know, we kind of got the machine going and we had a nice, we really got into a rhythm. And so I think that really shows in season 2, like we sort of flowed right into season 2. And I think we were really able to get even more fun and weirder with the concepts. And we were very comfortable in that space in season 2. So I think we upped ourselves.
Okay, Kirsten, I think our time is almost over. So thank you so much for your time today. And I wish you all the best for you and your team for this series, but also for your career and life. So thank you very much again.
So thank you, Livia. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye. Goodbye.
You're driving me crazy.